So today we're going to talk about life-changing reasons to become a pilot and an airplane owner.
Centennial ground, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, Charlie 1, run-up is complete. We have Mike ready to taxi IFR.
Cherokee 3620 Whiskey, Centennial ground, runway 17 left, taxi via Alpha.
17 left via Alpha 3620 Whiskey.
Alright guys, welcome to Flying Dirty. So today we're going to be heading over to Kentucky, but we're going to be stopping first at Mike Hotel Lima for a fuel stop and for snacks. Then we'll continue on to Kentucky. We've been looking for a property and it looks like we found one. So we're going to go and do the inspection. The inspection will be tomorrow, but I want to make sure that I'm there today.
26 hours to get there. We'll be there in no time.
26 hours, yep, if we keep rolling at this same pace. Hopefully we'll pick up more speed in the air, more than 25 miles an hour.
Number 20 Whiskey, monitor tower.
20 Whiskey to tower, have a great one.
Alright, son, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 76, 10, take camera center on 133.905.
Okay, get that door closed, son. Alright, we got mixture prop, we got the flap set, fuel is on the right tank, we got the timer set for the fuel.
November 3620 Whiskey, turn left heading 125, runway 17 left, clear for takeoff, wind 2506.
On departure, turn 125, clear for takeoff, 17 left, 3620 Whiskey.
Okay, you ready, son?
Yeah.
Power. He's climbing away. Alright, no gear, so we don't have to worry about the gear up.
Traffic.
November 20 Whiskey, heading 125, contact Denver departure.
125 and over to departure, have a great one, 20 Whiskey.
Good morning, Denver departures, Cherokee 3620 Whiskey with you, climbing through 6,500.
3620 Whiskey, Denver departure, to contact Denver altimeter 3017 LCD climbing.
3017, and we'll be doing 9,000 today.
3620 Whiskey, traffic's 1 o'clock, 2 miles, northbound 7,800 indicated.
20 Whiskey looking. 1 o'clock, somewhere around here, son.
20 Whiskey, turn left heading 080.
080, 20 Whiskey.
Approaching altitude.
3620 Whiskey, traffic's off your right side, 3 miles, northbound 7,500 indicated.
20 Whiskey has traffic in sight. Over there, son, off the wing. Alright guys, welcome to Flying Dirty. So today we're going to talk about life-changing reasons to become a pilot and an airplane owner. Number one, it is such a great feeling. I started doing my flight training when I was about 17, 18 years old back in Jacksonville, Florida.
Denver, Cessna 79er.
And I have to tell you that even being that young, it made me more responsible.
November, was that you?
Even as a driver, because in the airplane, since you have to monitor your gauges, I would monitor all of my gauges in the vehicle as well, just as I do in the airplane. And that was a habit that I picked up since I was, like I said, 17, 18 years old. Not to mention, the feeling is just incredible. I cannot begin to explain to you the feeling when you get that private pilot's license, and then you know that you have the freedom to fly about the nation. it's just such a remarkable privilege.
6,000 above, cleared for the RNAV
So,
GPS 12 into North Class.
so I got to tell you that it's just incredible. You know, not only that, whenever you get to share this experience with your family and friends, that also is a remarkable feeling. When people realize that you're a pilot, I don't know, there's just something about being a pilot that impresses people, and they tend to think a little different about you because being a pilot is a responsibility. It's a huge responsibility. You have lives in your hands. But being a pilot is one of the best decisions that I ever made. And number two, your life would be filled with new, exciting experiences. Since I became a pilot, the one reason I like having my own airplane is because you don't have to worry about time slotting. So whenever you're renting, and let's say you want to take it out of town for a few days, well, you got to make sure that the schedule is available for the amount of days that you want to rent the airplane. And in many cases, especially in an airport like Centennial, you're not going to be fortunate enough to take an airplane out for a whole week. So it's a big disadvantage whenever you're renting. Number three, you become smarter by using your thinking skill and learning how to make good decisions. So being a pilot, like I said, it's a huge responsibility, and it teaches you how to make sound decisions. So, for example, there's a lot of things that I have to check, such as weather, winds, you name it, turbulence. I have to check a lot of details in order to say the flight is going to be a go. I'm an IFR pilot, and I can fly in the clouds, but especially during the winter time, I have to be mindful of not flying into clouds in icing conditions because this airplane is not ice certified. So flying in icy conditions is not approved. So it's a huge responsibility. Then you have to calculate your fuel. You have to calculate, the time en route. There's so many calculations that you have to do as a pilot. Now, fortunately, nowadays, we have a lot of these calculations done on ForeFlight, which it just makes things so much easier. So being a pilot, again, there's a huge responsibility with making decisions. You got to make sure that the flight is being done in a safe condition. It also makes you smarter because there's so many things that you have to learn. I got to tell you that every time I get in the airplane, it's just never the same experience. It's always something new. So, you're always going to learn something, okay? Any pilot that says, I know it all, it's totally wrong because you'll never know everything. Being a pilot is always learning and progressing. Number four, it's challenging and it makes you mentally aware. One of the things that I like about life are challenges. That's why I'm a business owner and I do a lot of things because I like challenges. If life was not full of challenges, life would be boring for me. I have to have challenges consistently. And flying is always a challenge. It just makes you mentally aware. Situational awareness is what they call it in aviation. Because you always have to be aware of all of your surroundings. You have to be aware not only where you took off from, but your destination and even the flight en route. You have to be aware of so many details. You have to be aware of the conditions before you land. And at any given moment, conditions can instantly change. And then you have to make a decision right then and there on the spot. I've had situations where I had to deviate for weather. I've had situations where I had to stay at the airport without taking off. Again, even being an IFR pilot, there's been times where I had to delay my takeoff because of visibility. Now, for example, even though it's legal to take off with zero visibility, that's just something you don't want to do. It just makes no sense. So there's been times where I've been stuck at the airport just waiting for the fog to lift and things of that nature. Number five, it makes traveling so much more exciting. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Would you prefer to drive or would you prefer to fly?
Fly. And
why is that?
Faster.
It's faster?
3620 Whiskey, contact Kansas City Center, 134.9er.
134.9er, 3620 Whiskey, every day. Kansas City Center, this is November 3620 Whiskey at 9,000.
For 3620 Whiskey, Kansas City Center, calling out altimeter 29999.
29999. 3620 Whiskey.
Teaching my son here how to work the radios and how to set the barometers. All right, so again, you were saying?
Yeah, it's faster. You can see everything down there.
A lot of views.
Yeah.
Views that you normally would not get if you were driving. Like, look at these.
Turbulence is fun sometimes.
We're above the clouds up here. You can see that there's some low-hanging clouds over there in the distance. So it definitely makes for traveling more exciting. Hey, guess what? There's no red lights. I have bad luck for red lights, and there's no lights up here. You don't have to stop at every single light. Lights annoy the heck out of me. That's why I'm glad that we're going to the country, because in the country, when we went to Kentucky, there was probably 1 or 2 lights. And rush hour, 2 or 3 cars on the road. That's what I call rush hour. If there is more than 2 cars, it's rush hour over where we're going to get this property. Which brings me to number 6. So number 6, it puts faraway places within reach. Here's a good example. So we've been searching for properties, right, for quite a while.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've been having to fly around to check out these properties. We've gone to, if you checked out the previous videos, you know, we've gone to Oklahoma, we've gone to Arkansas. We went to Kentucky already once. Now we're going to take a look at another property, which it looks immaculate, I tell you. So we're going to go out there, meet the inspector on Monday. It's a 14-acre property, and, you know, that is the cool thing about owning an airplane and being a pilot, is that it puts these faraway places within reach. For example, if we were kind of depending on a vehicle, there would be no way that I would get a property in Kentucky. So I'll have to drive a few times, no doubt about that. But there is no way in the world that I would drive 20 hours just to do an inspection on a property and then come back. I mean, who does those kind of things? So that's the beautiful thing. Huh?
I said someone desperate.
35 Julie, Kansas City
That what?
Center.
Someone desperate.
Someone desperate, perhaps. Perhaps. So you know, those are the wonderful things about owning an airplane, is that it puts faraway places within reach. We've gone to Yellowstone. Took us a couple of hours maybe to get there. We've gone to Rapid City. We've gone to Sedona. I've been to L.A. We've gone to Florida so many times.
I remember Yellowstone. I heard a noise outside, and I was scared, and I started staying up because I wasn't sure. And I thought it was like a bear or something.
4 Charlie Zulu, Kansas City Center.
Yeah, Yellowstone was pretty fun. It was around July, and it was cold. It was raining in the 40s. Thought we were going to see snow. But it puts faraway places within reach. And number 7. So number 7, it's also pretty fascinating, because I use my airplanes for business and for making money. I find all kind of ways to make money using the airplanes. When I first got the Cherokee 6, one of the main reasons I got this Cherokee 6 was because I had rental properties in Dallas. So I would use my airplane to pack all of my equipment in between renters. Like, I used to do all the work, and I would save me that money. The beautiful thing, too, is that you can expense the trips every time that you use it for business. So it's great when you get paid to do something that you enjoy. So that's just, it's incredible. I've done graphic jobs. I've done printing jobs. I've you know, if it has to do with business, you name it, I've done it, like to meet clients and to meet vendors. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do with a business if you have an airplane. As a matter of fact, if you own a business, I just cannot imagine how you can sustain yourself without having an airplane. Having an airplane just puts so many things within reach. Not to mention, imagine whenever you go and meet your vendors and then you surprise them and you say, hey, can you come pick me up at the airport and things of that nature. You will surprise and shock the heck out of people. And more than likely, they'll be more than willing to give you better discounts and take care of you more so than the average person. And I'm just telling you from experience. It's incredible how you can use the airplane for business, and at the same time, you're doing something that you enjoy. All right, number 8. You get to learn navigation, you get to learn weather, and you get to enhance your leadership skills. So, me personally, I love weather. That's one of my favorite things to do, whether I'm flying or not. Me and weather, I just love weather. I just can't get enough of it. One of the things that I like about Denver is how the weather is always changing. I like to see the sudden changes. I have seen the weather in Denver go from 90 degrees to the next day snowing. And while some people may see that as scary or whatever, I love it. I just love seeing changes. One thing that I didn't like about Florida when I lived in Florida is you have no seasons. It's always hot, and there's no winters. You know, in Denver you get 4 seasons, and watching those seasons change is incredible. One of the things that I'm going to really love about Kentucky is this coming fall, because Kentucky does have great foliage. They turn so beautiful around those mountains. I love weather. You know, that's just me. That's who I am. And then also navigation. You get to learn navigation. You know, nowadays it's pretty easy to have ForeFlight helping you navigate, because I can do my flight plans on ForeFlight, download them in here. But when I started flying, you had to do everything by hand. You had to calculate everything manually. And you had paper charts, and then you would draw your route. And if you were flying VFR, you would actually just chart, like for example, if you see down there where we have that little tiny town, so if you were flying VFR, you would actually just plot that town as one of your waypoints and dot that, and then time it to see if your time calculations are accurate. Like whenever you get to that destination, you want to calculate your time and make sure that, hey, you know what, I'm here within time, or I'm late, or I'm early, what have you, okay? And that's another way that you can calculate your fuel and things of that nature. So ForeFlight nowadays does that for you. And you know what, that's okay with me. And then your leadership skills as well, they're enhanced, because you have to make decisions all the time, and you become the pilot in command. And so you become the leader of that flight, and you're responsible for all safety aspects of that flight. And number 9, it is super fun and very convenient. So I get up here and I leave all my worries behind. It's like, yeah, there's a million and one things that I could do at home, but I'm up here, I'm relaxing, I leave everything behind, I'm using my mind all the time, I'm very conscious about what I'm doing. So that's the thing. With flying, hey man, it's your brain has to be on point. Your mind has to be on point. I mean, everything you do has to be on point. Every decision that you make, everything has to be on point. And here's another one. The views are great. Even though right now we're basically in no man's land in Kansas. Look at that.
November 121 Lima Bravo.
There's hardly anything up there, but I would appreciate this view more than if I was driving a car along I-70. I think I would probably be falling asleep by now if I was driving on I-70 in a car. First of all, we still be in Colorado. So 3 hours and we just reached Goodland, Kansas. Now in 3 hours in the Saratoga, we would be almost halfway by now. How does that make you feel? And we're already in Kansas and about to leave Kansas, so we've got an hour and 41 minutes remaining to our destination. So you know what, it's great. Flying is great. You get great views, and I use this airplane a lot for business, and this is my office view. Number 11, you can easily travel from the big city to a remote location, and that's what we're doing. That's the whole purpose of this flight, and that is the whole purpose of my mission lately. Is we've been looking for a remote location. We've been looking for a place in the country where we can sort of relax and we can get away and escape the city. One of the things that I love about being able to go into the remote areas and kind of situating myself in remote locations in the country is that people are more self-sustained. In the future, that's what I want to do, is do my own homesteading, raise my own animals, and I think these kids want to do the same thing, right? So there you go. So having an airplane just makes that a reality. It just makes it so much convenient to be able to leave the city at any given moment and go to your remote destination. So that's the beauty of it. You can have a second home far away, okay, and get away and relax. Number 12, vacations are a blast. So oftentimes we go on vacation during Christmas, we shut down our businesses and we take about 2 weeks off and we pay the employees and we just go. 13, you can grow your business. So having this airplane has allowed me to grow my businesses, and the reason why is because I've been able to do jobs that I normally wouldn't be able to had I not had the airplane. So the airplane just makes your business grow. Then you get to meet people, you get to meet, you know, like I said, vendors and things of that nature, and you know what, put yourself in a good position. And then 14, last but not least, having an airplane, if you don't have a business and you have a regular 9 to 5, boy, what better way to impress your boss. You can get raises and promotions real quick. And I'm telling you this by experience. It was great. You know, they're very impressed with your abilities and your skills, and you look sharp up there. Hey, not only that, if he doesn't give you a raise, then his life is in your hands. So it's a good time to talk about a raise whenever you have your boss sitting on that passenger seat. But
I will put this nose down if you don't give me a raise. All right.
Oh yeah, just like that. And then I make them sign the paper.
Sign it.
But you know what? That's the thing. I'm telling you, it's incredible. The contacts that you can make, the associates that you can make by being a pilot and having your own airplane. It's been great. For me, it's just been a life-changing experience. I mean, you know, it's been great sharing it with the family. It's been great, you know, taking my son. These are business trips that I kind of do, you know, but I like to take him on board with me as much as I possibly can, so that he can learn and he can see and he can get that experience.
Expired.
Timer expired.
You're expired, lady.
All right, son. Let's put it now on the
Left main?
right main.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and reset the timer. So again, it's just a beautiful thing to watch them grow and, you know, and to have them learn these experiences. It's just incredible. Those are my 14 reasons why you should become a pilot and an airplane owner.
Did you want over 5?
Do you want to add anything to that?
The 3 F's of flying. Flying is fun, fantastic, and fabulous. The 3
All right,
F's of
there you go. The 3 F's of flying, Javier says. So, guys, thank you for joining me. If you've been thinking about becoming a pilot and or being an aircraft owner, you should do it. Think no more. There's a lot of great advantages to it. So, guys, thank you for watching. We're going to catch you on the next episode. We're probably going to do a couple more on our way down to Kentucky, but I don't want to make these videos too long, so we're probably going to just do a few series here. There's a lot of editing to do, so the shorter the video for me, the better it is, and then I can give you all of the details that you need in a shorter amount of time. So it works out better for the both of us. So guys, take care, stay safe.
And have a great day, my friends.
All right, we'll see you.